Hello everyone, my name is Mariya, and today I'd like to talk about the most anticipated book releases of September 2023. There are a lot of great books coming out, and today I want to talk about three types of books, so continuations of series, which is by definition always most anticipated types of books, also historical fiction, as well as haunted house types of novels, which of course are, great hit in the fall because everyone wants to read spooky stuff, myself included. I love that, so let's talk about them. And I've got, as usual, my notebook here, so I'll take some hints from there. And first I'd like to talk about the continuations of series, because yes, if you are a fan of series, then continuation of series is always most anticipated type of book. And the first one is The Raging Storm, which is a part of the Two Rivers series by Cleeves. And this just came out on September 5th. And the story is centered around a famous traveler coming into a very small town. So he's a celebrity traveler, everyone loves him, everyone wants to talk to him when he arrives, and all of a sudden he disappears as soon, as unexpectedly as he arrives, and plot twist, his dead body is also discovered. So who did that? What's going to happen? We're going to find out. Yeah. And then second book, which is also a continuation of series, is by Stephen King himself. Great popularity, so it's a continuation of the series Holy. So Holy Gibney series, yeah. And in this is actually going to be the third book in this series. So Holy will be faced with investigation of a disappearance of a citizen in a very small town. So this to me, I haven't read the book yet, but this to me looks like something like a very atmospheric, closed investigation type of book, which is always great, always atmospheric for the fall season. And, this is one of those things which promises to be both intellectually stimulating as well as atmospheric, which is always a great combo. Yeah, so now I'd like to talk about historical fiction novels. I love historical fiction. I love basically any type of novel which is, centered in the past. I love. Those particular two are from last century, like mid-century. So the first one is called The River We Remember, and it's by William Kent Krueger. So the plot takes place in 1958, and it's in Minnesota. What happens is that there is an important citizen of this town, so very powerful citizen. We don't know who that is just yet, but they disappear. And actually they don't disappear. They are in fact murdered. I just looked at my notes, and yes, very important citizen in this town is murdered. Ouch. So really interesting, premise to start off with, and it promises to be also really atmospheric, and it looks like there's going to be multiple plot twists in this novel, and I'm not sure about the historical accuracy, but like I said, I haven't read those amazing books just yet, but I'm quite looking forward to reading that. And another historical fiction is The Golden Gate by Amy Chua. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correct. Again, English is not my first language, so if I mispronounce some authors' names, please let me know in the comments. I will correct myself, that's for sure. And this is a novel centered in 1944, and it's in California. So, I've been to California, actually, let me see, I can't remember once or twice, once. Twice. Twice. I think the first time was in 2017, and second time was in 2018. Yeah, California, amazing. And the entire plot, actually, I'm not sure, is it entire plot or is it just part of the plot, but it starts in Claremont Hotel, and candidate for president is assassinated in that hotel. And like I said, this looks like very intellectually stimulating not even just a thriller, more like a psychological drama type of thing, as well as like it's within historical setting, so 1944. So very interesting historical time, and I'm also quite looking forward to reading that. It already has great reviews on Goodreads or like other websites that you might use to look at book ratings, so I'm very excited about that. And also the next two novels I want to talk about are novels about haunted houses, and this is one of those things. I find that novels about haunting houses, they're always like, they could be very deep and metaphorical, or they could be maybe like not so deep, but they could be so entertaining. And I'm always looking forward haunted houses novels whenever I see them. So the first one is called September House, which is, you know, convenient in the month of September. And there's this couple who buy a house. They discover that it's haunted, and what happens is that the ghost, which they keep seeing in this house, refuses to leave the house, but they also refuse to leave the house. So they're in this kind of standoff, like who's it going to be, them or the ghost, until actually the husband from this couple disappears. And I think this is when things will just go up and uphill from there. Like it will just get freakier and freakier. So what happened to the husband? Where did he disappear? Is it a real ghost, or is it, you know, some kind of human who is setting all of that up? Super excited to find out. And yes, so September House by Carissa Orlando. Yeah, and then the last novel that I want to talk about today, also highly anticipated, it will be released on September 12th. It's called Hemlock Island. And there we have actually a couple that splits up, a couple that gets divorced, and the wife gets this vacation home on an island, and this is kind of all she has. So she's struggling financially a bit. She rents it out to like a vacation home, so there are different renters who are coming and going, and sometimes they leave a mess behind themselves, but apparently there's a difference between just like leaving some garbage and or like trying to set the house on fire. Apparently it looks like one of the tenants tried to do that, but then she keeps finding freakier and freakier evidence of someone's, you know, being in there, which could be a human tenant or maybe not so human, we don't know yet. So apparently this woman is going to be put in the situation where she will have to contact her ex-husband, and he will have to also arrive to the island, and yeah, Hemlock Island, so this house is on the island, and they will have to investigate it together with a few of their friends. Again, it looks like it's very mystical, very cozy atmosphere, reminds me of, you know, like one of those foggy fall days, which is actually not what the weather looks like outside of my window right now at all. I'm in Canada, Toronto area. We are having a heat wave here in September, so we're a little bit far from this fall atmosphere, so good thing we can get that in the books if we're so tired of heat as myself. I'm really tired of heat. Yes. Okay, so yeah, that was Hemlock Island by Kelly Armstrong. And thank you very much for watching. I'm looking forward to all those books. They're all so different. I'm just excited to see what each of them is about. Right now it's hard to tell which one of them will be the best. If you already read them, please let me know what you thought. If you have any other recommendations, if you have any other books to recommend to read this fall, I'd love to hear. And thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video.